Welcome back to another edition of Along the Rock, brought to you by the Radar Free Press. I'm your host, Nathan Stahr, and with me today I have Diane Baker, who's the Ag Literacy Coordinator for the Whiteside County Farm Bureau. Thank you for coming up here today to talk to us.
Thank you for the invitation.
All right. Okay, so how did you first get involved with the Agriculture in the Classroom program, and what keeps you passionate about it?
So Ag in the Classroom has been around for a lot of years now. My previous career experience was with the 4-H program, mostly in the Quad Cities area. When I retired from that, the Ag Literacy Coordinator position here in Whiteside County was open. It was a natural transition for me to go from full-time work to a part-time position, something that I feel passionately about. As a 4-H educator, I'd always worked in partnership with Ag in the Classroom, and now have the opportunity to be in a full-time devoted position focused on agriculture and teaching our kids where food, fiber, and fuel gets its start.
Oh, nice. And so you share this position with somebody else, correct?
So yeah, there are two of us here in Whiteside County now. Nikki works primarily with kindergarten through second grade classrooms, and then I primarily work with third through fifth, although we both cross over just a little bit in the grade levels depending on which schools we're in.
Oh, nice. So for those who are not familiar, can you explain the Agriculture in the Classroom and what kind of things you do with the students?
Certainly. So Ag in the Classroom is designed to teach anyone from pre-K all the way through high school about agriculture. Here in Whiteside County, we focus most of our effort on kindergarten through fifth grade. That's where we do a lot of programs in the classroom. And then we also have resources available to teachers of all grade levels, and we offer teacher training. So that's an opportunity for teachers themselves to learn more about resources that help them teach about agriculture in any grade level of classroom. Most all of our resources are available to them at no cost. And then the training, especially the training we do in the summertime, tends to be a lot of fun too. We get a lot of behind the scenes tours of some of our favorite agriculture sites. So teachers not only get the professional development and the background in agriculture, some tools for their classroom, but they have a good time too.
Oh yeah, everybody loves a good field trip. Do you rely on volunteers at all for the program?
So certainly, in our positions as Ag Literacy Coordinators, that allows us to go into classrooms. I've got about 80 classrooms that I visit regularly throughout the year, so I see each classroom about 5 times each year. Nikki has her full load then of classrooms as well, but we can do even more when we have volunteers involved. We also really like the volunteers to enrich what we're doing. We have a couple of volunteers in Whiteside County that like to come in just once a year with us, and they do a lesson specific to their passion or interest in agriculture. So they can really supplement what we're already doing. Nikki and I both live on farms. We are part of farm families, but every farm family is different, right? So when we can have volunteers come in with us, that's a whole nother perspective and more faces that our kids put to agriculture and to farming, because so few kids are actually a part of farm families now. So the more farm families that they can meet and put faces to who produces their food, fiber, and fuel, the better it is for everybody.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few different family or farms around this area, whether you've got cattle or whether it's corn and stuff like that. So you have to have that variety of.
And that's one of the things really interesting about Whiteside County, and it goes back, we teach this to the kids, it goes back millions of years to the glaciers, and the unique attributes of Whiteside County and the types of agriculture we have. We were really a very diverse county here in northwestern Illinois as far as the production on our farms and how much they vary from those that have a lot of corn and soybeans to those that have more of the specialty crops, from the potatoes, the pumpkins, the sweet corn, the green beans. We've really got a lot of neat row crop agriculture, as well as then our beef cattle, a few dairy cattle, lots of pigs. Oh, yeah. So lots of variety right here within this county.
Oh, definitely. So along with agriculture, technology changes a lot also. So how do you prepare the teachers that you're dealing with and along with the students to kind of train them on how things have evolved?
So that's one of my favorite things to teach about with Ag in the Classroom is that technology piece. Most kids and even some of our teachers have no idea the role that technology plays today on our farms and in our agriculture industry. So they are always surprised to learn the level of use of computers and technology and how important that computer science is. For our farm families and for agriculture, the use of drones, the use of auto steer, and the precision with which farmers can farm today because of technology. So we do a little bit with special lessons just on technology, but then we incorporate it into everything we do to make kids aware of how important that is to agriculture.
Oh yeah, I've done some. We had some conversations with people about GPS systems within some of the farm equipment that they're using. The drones is very interesting. I mean, it gives the opportunity for the farmer to really kind of look out in areas and see how the water tables or how the water in the soil is treating their crops in sections that are way out in the middle of their field that they can't really see with
absolutely
going through. So
yep.
So yes, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
So if anyone wanted to learn more about the Agriculture in the Classroom program, where's a good place that they could find that information?
So one of the two good ways. One of the best ways to know about what we're doing locally is to follow our Facebook, which is Whiteside County Agriculture in the Classroom. We keep that pretty up to date with the kinds of things we're doing in classrooms. And then the Illinois Ag in the Classroom website is a really good source of information. So it's agintheclassroom.org. Illinois has the premier Ag in the Classroom program in the entire United States. So we happened to get that domain before anybody else got it. So
lucky.
we here in Illinois have that domain. And so lots of great resources for teachers as well as for anybody else that's interested in knowing the types of resources that you can get through Ag in the Classroom. We have a relatively new website or web resource, web-based lessons called Awesome Ag that has just rolled out within the last year that's based on mystery science. Mr. Doug is what he used to go by. But a really fun look at Illinois agriculture that has just short little videos about, I think they're up to about 30 different topics now, and then accompanying activities that teachers can use. We have our Illinois Ag Mags, which are a great resource for anyone who's working with kids or just interested in agriculture in general. Those are all available online at the Illinois Ag in the Classroom website. And then there are some really new little fact sheets called Farm Bites that are on some of our unique specialty crops. So horseradish, pecans, some of the things that we raise here in Illinois that most people don't even realize are a part of Illinois agriculture. So lots of cool stuff on agintheclassroom.org. And then if you want the national site, which is kind of fun too, that's agclassroom.org. So very close in those, but Illinois has our Illinois resources, and then the national site has some interesting resources from all across the U.S.
So is there anything else about the program that you'd like to add, or is there something that most kids kind of come to you that, with questions or, that are kind of unique that you've ever dealt with?
So hearing from the kids is always the most fun. They're shocked at what comes from our Illinois farms. They're shocked especially at the amount of technology that we use in agriculture, the unique things that happen on our farms as far as production. So lots of myths that we get to be mythbusters as Ag in the Classroom coordinators and say, no, that's not true, or let's think about that. Would that really happen that way? So really enjoy that opportunity for dialogue with kids. And it's surprising at kids at how young have a lot of misinformation. So it's fun to help them think about now, what would the truth really sound like? So certainly we are always open to visiting classrooms. Depending on our schedules, we can still add people this year. My schedule's pretty full for this year, but certainly look at the opportunities to provide resources to teachers at any point, and then special events and activities as well. Lots of times we have availability for that. So whether you're a teacher interested in resources or a parent who wants to share resources with classrooms or homeschool families that are interested in resources. Like I say, lots of stuff out there that we have available, so we're glad to do that.
And so what's the best way to reach out if there was a teacher or school that were interested?
So the best way to reach here in Whiteside County, my email address is aitcwhiteside@gmail.com.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you for coming in. It was very informative and great job. I mean, there's a lot of agriculture in this area, and it's amazing how many kids that grow up on the farms, but then there's also a large number that don't. So it's a good educational tool to kind of teach them about what's going on outside the city limits.
And we all depend on farmers, right?
Definitely.
That's where our food comes from.
Oh, yeah.
So I thank you very much for your time today as well.
All right, excellent. And we also want to thank our production crew behind the scenes, as well as our viewers. Don't forget that the Radar Free Press is free, so we do rely on likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions to keep us going. And if you'd like to find more videos like this, check us out on the radar.online.